Now, here's the good news. Budget fight. This is from the HuffPo. The budget fight was the first skirmish in the war for the soul of the Democratic Party. And now the progressive left is saying, we've lost the Democrats. And what they're saying is the Democrats have just become nothing but big party, big business and big bank cronies. Well, yes, we've been telling you this for a while. And in fact, if I may, I'd like to point out, this is why when the media told everybody in the country, you don't want to have the Tea Party. What you want are people that can work together. We said no, not because we don't want to work together. We know who will work together. The people who are in with the big banks and the big business on the left and the right, they will work together and they will bilk the American people every step of the way. We need to start working together now with the people on the left that are against this. The people who are on the left who say enough is enough of the big spending. They are now going to turn against the Democrats because they see the Democrats for what they are. Unfortunately, this is our last shot, so we better point out here, who are the good Democrats? Who are the ones who are voting against this? Let's find out why they're voting against it. But who voted against it? And then see if we can cobble together the coalition of people who say, yes, we think it was wrong too, on the Republican side. Oh man, did you see that Romney is now talking about running?
Yeah. The article starts out for most of the past year, Romney's supporters have publicly said he should consider running again, and for most of the past year, Romney has seemed uninterested until recently.
You know what? I didn't buy this crap from him at the beginning. He's been campaigning almost since he left. He's been campaigning over and over and over again. The guy thinks he's led by God to be able to fix the economy, and maybe he is. I don't know, but that's what I'm convinced that's what he believes. Look, and I'm not throwing him under the bus for that. I believe I'm led by God doing what I'm supposed to do. I hope that you feel you're led by God doing whatever it is you're supposed to do. So we all should be in that category. And he may be one of the only people that has the experience to fix the economy. But we're not going to come out of this economy with a Romney being the same kind of America. We are going to have even a bigger government than we have right now.
Through that premise, though, he should be running, right? I mean, if he feels led to run and he feels fix the economy, he absolutely should be running. I'd
like him to go back and revisit it, though, with the Lord and just make sure.
Write him back?
Write him back.
He may be led.
Wait a minute,
Look,
am I getting this wrong?
He may be led.
I think you might be.
Just because you're led by God doesn't mean that you're going to win.
No.
It means
that's true.
God may be telling him to run because he wants people to see what not to do. God may have another plan for this. And God may say, he's got some good ideas and we should listen to those. Or, for instance, what I think Romney brings to the table is honor and integrity. I think Mitt Romney is truly an honorable guy.
Yeah.
Please don't destroy that too for me, will you? The guy took my George Washington inaugural address.
He wrote you back a nice note about
edition George Washington inaugural address and lost it.
You may want to let that
he
go.
did,
Lost
that's
it.
a little bit. That's not actually
Well,
true.
His son did.
I don't know that he ever saw
His
it.
son.
Somebody.
As I handed it to his son, I said, "This means the world to me. This is my personal copy. I will make sure my." So I am a little sensitive.
If he does run, this is helping us get him on the air, I think, for this cycle as well.
Who
This
cares?
would be
He wouldn't
great.
come on with
He's
us
not going
last
to come on
time.
the air with us. He hates us.
I know. I don't know if he hates
No,
us.
yes, he does.
But I think
yes, he does.
There's definitely an issue.
He is a guy who. No, he's a guy who feels the way that all of these guys feel about the Tea Party. He's a guy who does not like the Tea Party. He does not understand small government.
I would.
Period.
I feel like he's an honorable guy as well. However, his actions since the election have turned me off quite a significant amount to him, which is essentially to go out and trash every Tea Party candidate and go with every establishment candidate.
Yes.
And maybe that's, again, what he feels led to do.
Yes.
Maybe that's
the way to fix it. The way to fix it is to get together with all your big business cronies and all your big bank cronies and have them fix the economy. Guys, look at the story of the Tower of Babel. It's going to come down. Period. It's going to come down. We have built this on sand. There is nothing there's no foundation to this anymore. Nothing makes sense. Tell me how your Fed makes any sense. Explain it to me. I'm reading a book now. It came out about 2007. It's called This Time It's Different. Everybody should read this book. It's not different. It's never different. It's never different. But that's what these big business people think. It's just different this time. No, it's not. It's going to end the same way. It's going to come apart. Now, who's there to put it all back together? Is it going to be a big business person? Is it going to be a big global government person? Is it going to be a fascist, a communist? Who's it going to be? Or is it going to be some God-fearing people who believe in the Constitution of the United States and not pay it lip service, believe that it is a divinely inspired document? It's not the Bible, but it is America's Bible. It is our government's Bible. It is the closest thing to sacred scripture of any government. Mm-hmm. Does he believe that? Does anybody believe that? I do. I'm going to live by the Constitution. I don't care what the rest of the world does. I don't care if I'm the only person that lives by the Constitution. I'll live by the Constitution. And we're headed for insanity because they keep playing the same game. You know that Jamie Dimon was up politicking for this? Who's taking a meeting with Jamie Dimon? Who's meeting with, the big banks on the omnibus bill? Who's meeting with them? Tell me what you've done for us so far, Jamie Dimon. Show me exactly what you've given to the United States of America. I know what we've given you. I know what every taxpayer has given you. What have you given us? We have run up our debt to $18 trillion. That is a 70% increase since George Bush left office. 70%. We did a study. We showed this last week. We could have purchased every farm in America and paid it off and given it to the farmers. We could have paid for 3/4 of every house in America. We could have given you your house. That's how much money we spend. What did you get out of it? Seriously, what did you get out of it? A road? No, I'm sorry. A fix of a road? They told us that we were going to completely repair all of our infrastructure. Is our infrastructure completely repaired? Have you driven on a bridge that you think is like, wow, this really needs to be redone? Or are all of them fixed? That's what they told us we were going to do. We were going to completely repair our infrastructure. They didn't. Where's all that money? Where's the money? This is the biggest heist in the history of the world. They are bleeding our coffers dry. Our treasury is empty. Show me the gold in Fort Knox. You can't. Why? It's not there. You rehypothecated all of it. Period. Now, are we going to sit here and really, honestly, this is what we're going to do, is go down and have the same election? We're going to choose between Romney and Clinton? What?
It's going to save me a lot of time caring about the election, though.
Should I tell you something? We're not going to be talking about the election.
I mean, I'm sure we'll talk about it, but it's going to, with Obama, Romney, there was a time.
What are you going to talk about? Seriously, between those two, what are we going to talk about? How insane the rest of the country is for even thinking about it?
Well, I mean, there will be, I'm sure, many things to talk about, but it will not be. It will be hard to be excited about the result.
Can you imagine, I mean, how disenchanted we are with the system now? If it comes to that again, rather than a Ted Cruz or somebody who gives us some hope.
It will.
That
it will
get
come
better.
back down to that.
It comes down to those two.
It will do. That's exactly what will happen too. That's exactly what will happen. Those guys will run, and those guys won't. They'll be the media will take them out first. They'll take them out first, and so you'll be sitting there. You'll be sitting there again with those guys.